But I went to the discotheque. Thursday night to the discotheque. Friday night I didn't want to go, but my friends came looking for me. So I went to the discotheque. Saturday night to the discotheque. Sunday night to the discotheque.
What is up, Huddle Gang? Welcome back to the Lux Saga live stream. Y'all know the drill. My name is Jacob. How y'all feeling? Let's get it. Yup.
What the heck? Monday night to the discotheque. Tuesday night to the discotheque. Wednesday night to the discotheque. Thursday night to the discotheque. Friday night to the discotheque. Saturday night to the discotheque. Sunday night to the discotheque. What the heck?
What's up, Crystal? How you doing? What's up, Crypto Kid? Let's get it, baby. We back at it. We back at it. We back at it. Please. Breaker, do not trip, man. Praying the stream doesn't crash today. We haven't had a stream crash in a while. I'd probably put that in the universe. It might trip. Could be a problem. Could be a big old problem. Also, if it's like freaking really loud, Mike, my daughter. Did I have a stream on Friday? Yeah, we had a stream on Friday. What are you talking about?
Monday night to the discotheque. Tuesday night to the discotheque.
Go live on the
Wednesday
top.
night. What the heck? But I went to the discotheque. Thursday night to the discotheque. Friday night. I didn't want to go, but my friends came looking for me. So I went. Sunday night to the discotheque.
All right, we're about to be pumped up here in a minute, baby. Let's go. Dip buys all day long, son. In a minute. In 1 minuto, we'll be cranking. Baby's not here yet, but it will be here soon. Again, if the baby comes during stream, guys, I'm end of the streams. People over here, I've been setting up here for about, I dropped the time. I dropped the time to 3 minutes on the intro just so I could ramp up the speed on like how quickly we get to charting, okay? Y'all need to relax. It's coming. I gotta make you work for it a little bit. I gotta make you view it a little bit. I'm gonna view the stream just a tad. Just making sure everything's locked in now. We got a lot to go over. Heavy news week as well. All right. Skrillex flip. All right, let's get it. Computer, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lux Saga live stream, like always. My name is Jacob. Good to see you guys. Letting people flood in here a little bit, and we're gonna get cranking here. Lots to go over. Some interesting news. Interesting news that's gonna happen this week. So be ready for that. But hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. Bitcoin, man, we're about to go over that chart here in just a minute. It's back, you know, hovering around mid 50s. That's okay. It's above actually the mid 50s. I'm happy. I'm happy with it above the mid 50s, right? I mean, it's not a huge deal. That we're here. You know, we talked about this pullback and considerably where it might be in the next few weeks. But you know, just a matter of being patient, letting it do what it needs to do. You feel me? Letting it do what it needs to do. Aight. Interesting price action, absolutely. Down 10% on the weekly candle. Now we discussed last week. We're gonna go over gold. Don't worry. We discussed last week here on Bitcoin how we want to see it kind of close over this low. It got really close. I'm actually kind of proud of it. I'm actually even more impressed that this week Bitcoin already sold off a bit, and then now it's getting bought back up a tiny bit, which is really solid. It's something we definitely want to see. Starting off the week is a quick bounce back. So nice little bounce back there. And 12K incoming. Okay. Come on, Dame. What are you thinking? Get out of here, brother. Guys, again, okay. Two things are going to start with this stream right now. I think we go live at 1 Eastern or 2 Eastern every day, just easier. Plus, that's when FOMC drops. Unless it's FOMC day, we might start earlier, so we have it drop when we're live. It'd be like maybe 1:45 Eastern we would start. That's just easier on me for one, but also just makes it more consistent. And then besides that, we're gonna do an hour and a half. I think the 2 hour mark is just at the point when we get to that close to that 2 hour mark, it's like we're pushing it at that point. I feel like we're just pushing it at that point. Let me go ahead and start up the thing here on Discord real quick. Give me 1 second. It's just kind of, we're just doing nonsense at that point, taking, you know, symbols that you're taking a million times and all that. That way it's easier when people want to come back and watch if they miss a stream, they already know what's up. But 1 second here. Nothing tripping. We're going to touch on the news here in a minute. There you go. No time for puts. Our good old JP, the king, the god, the man himself. The man you don't want to miss. He slays in the night. He gets paid a little but makes a lot. Who would think why? I don't know. Politicians, best traders out there. I wonder why. Oh yeah, forgot to do one thing. But he this week about to disrupt the markets, right? Yeah, let me paste this. There we go. All right, let's go. All right, so news this week. Today we had the 1 year inflation. We're about to go over that expectation. That was at 11 this morning. We have the consumer credit as well. That's this afternoon at 3 p.m. That's going to happen here about 50 minutes. Besides that, we have tomorrow Fed chairman at the U.S. House going to be speaking at 10 a.m. Get ready for a little bit of volatility. We will be live shortly after that as well. What's going on with the music? So we'll talk about that's obviously if my baby's not here yet. We'll keep you updated on that. Epidemic's it was tripping all weekend. Hopefully we don't continue to have this issue. Let's see here. We also have the 3-year auction tomorrow at 1 p.m. and New Zealand rate decision at 10 p.m. So, you know, we've been seeing all these different rate decisions across the U.S. Obviously, we had cuts in the U.K. and in Canada. There were some others we had some cuts in, but some have remained stable. But again, we talked about last week, we're pricing in 2 rate cuts this year. I know I'm honestly 99% sure we're going to get at least 1. So we'll be ready for that when it happens. Again, if you need to know when, make sure you just tune into the Luxalga live stream or follow our Twitter at Luxalga. You will never be alerted. We actually started putting these pepper symbols too to let you know what's hot news coming out. It's usually 10 a.m. Just at 10 a.m., guys, just go eat breakfast or something. Don't even trade. Just go eat breakfast or something like that. Okay? Go to Waffle House. Get yourself an all-star, you know? I mean, half of my audience is not in the U.S., but if you're in the U.S., go to Waffle House, get yourself an all-star when 10 a.m. hits, okay? Then trade after that. Just going to be better off these days. We got U.S. inventory 10:30 on Wednesday as well. We got 10-year auction at 1 p.m. Guys, a lot of auction reports this week, all 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. this week, kind of, you'll see a little bit of volatility. CPI inflation data, that's huge, right? That was the one that we had that nice data report the last time we released CPI inflation, showing us that we had a slowing, right? We had a slowing on that consumer price index. So we'll see if that continues to line us up for that rate decision. And then Friday, we have the PPI inflation. So Thursday, Friday, 8:30, that's an hour before market open. It's going to probably determine the rest of the day. So be ready for that. See what happens when those reports get out. All right. Trade the news and get wrecked. Exactly. That's why you should be at Waffle House getting your all-star bacon or sausage, smothered or covered, whichever you prefer. But yeah, besides that, guys, welcome back. Appreciate you all being here. It's nearly midnight here. Okay, well, again, we're all in different time zones, man. I'm sorry if it's nearly midnight for you. I appreciate you tuning in, though. But, yeah, I mean, there's not, sorry. The other thing was we saw today or we posted this, yeah, it was today, actually. The German government transferred $600 million worth of Bitcoin to exchanges and market makers today. So we saw those reports. We tweeted about it as well. I mean, we're still waiting on the amount coins being paid out. I haven't looked at it today or over the weekend. I wanted to look at it again. Maybe we could look at it on stream. I had to go find the link again. But we had a little bit of volatility due to that. But again, remember we talked about how comparing the amount that's going to be paid out versus the actual market cap of Bitcoin, you know, we've already kind of gotten that priced in a bit. It wouldn't move it much, to be honest, if everybody were to, let's just say, sell at the same time. But again, they're not paying it out all at the same time. They've only paid out just a tiny bit so far. So we'll see how that ends up going. I have to go look and see if it's done any more yet. But right now, SEC requested deadline for Ethereum ETF issuers. Vanik and Bitwise have filed their S1s. And we talked about this before. Remember, they had to redo their filings because they did get denied on this front, but they just redid them. And now they have been submitted. We'll see when those start trading. Hopefully, maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. It might be sooner than that. Besides that, the New York Fed reports consumer inflation expectations as closer to Fed's 2% target. So, yet again, I mean, we talked about it. We saw, the Europe Central Bank hitting that 2% target. We're on our way. We're slightly behind, but we're still, showing a nice move towards that target. So we've talked about that through the last reports this past week or past month, that we're probably this year going to see it. So get ready for that. We'll keep you updated as it goes on. Just make sure you follow our Twitter if you haven't already, at LuxAlgo. We'll keep you up to date on everything going on there. And yeah, guys, that's about it on the news front this week. One more time, just pay attention Thursday and Friday like always. It's usually Thursday or Friday or, Wednesday. It's usually the end of the week. So the beginning of the week, you can always have a good time trading. It's usually normal price action. And then going into the end of the week is when it gets a little crazy. We're doing our top 10 viewer giveaway, by the way, probably tomorrow or Wednesday, just because we didn't have, last week was a little bit weird of a streaming week just because of the 4th of July and all that. But, because people don't have that many points. I think the max is like 200, maybe 300 points. So we'll be getting to that as well in a little while. But for Bitcoin, guys, let's just get into it, and we'll get to our Bitcoin predictions as well. The bot's in the other chat. Honestly, at this point, I just give up on why the bot goes over there. I don't know. But we'll move the bot over here in just a minute. And Dame saying his favorite is BCH. XRP at 80. Okay, well, those last three are terrible. But let me say what's up to the Huddle Gang. Yeah, what's up, Dame, Brad, Crypto? Good to see you guys. Sniper Paul, how you doing, man? Yeah, Cyrox, how you been? Let's go. Bonk ETF? Yo, come on. Don't even kid, bro. The best part, yo, Mike, what's up? Demonic, how you guys doing? King, how you doing, man? Appreciate you all being here. Like always. The crazy thing, guys, is Solana holding price, man. It's nothing better than Solana holding up while everything else is selling. You gotta love it. The weekly candle closed back up above last week's open, which is great. So we're gonna see how this week trades here on Solana, and we're gonna go over gold. Okay, I know all the gold fiends out there yet again. They just collapse in, man. They just collapse in every time. Dude, look at gold. Like they haven't been here before. We go over gold every time. You just got to be patient. All right. Let's go and do our Bitcoin predictions. I think it was a crazy ending last week. The Pepe Wheel predictions, a.k.a. this guy right here, the man, the myth, the legend. He picks a trade that we take at the beginning of every stream on Bitcoin. And I got to say, man is literally the GOAT. He's the greatest trader alive. He's up $3,200 in a single month, and let's see if he can continue. If this ends up being a thing, man, well, you never know. We're gonna start a pet. We need him to be profitable over 2 months. And we hit 6K this month just by spinning a wheel. The Huddle Gang, we'll figure something out. Okay, we'll figure something out. We hit 6K this month. We'll figure something out. If we're just consistently hitting 3K a month, just trading a single Bitcoin. We'll figure something out. All right, so let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin predictions. If you don't know what that is, well, again, I give you a price right now on stream. I give you a price, and you guess whether you think it's going to be more or less by the end of the stream. Now, remember, we're doing an hour and a half now on the streams. So if you're correct, you get 100 points added to your profile, and that's how you rank up on the leaderboard for the live stream. Here's our leaderboard right now. We got Crypto Kid in first at 220. There are some points I still have to add, so be ready for that when it comes to the giveaway time. But if you want to be a part of that, make sure you join the main stream right now. I'm going to go ahead and move the bot over. Get ready for that to be in here shortly, and we'll get those entries in. Get ready. The bot should be here in just a second. But, man, Bitcoin, like we already talked about, breaking the weekly low that we wanted to see kind of hold up. It closed underneath that weekly low, sadly, but I would say it wasn't too aggressive. It wasn't much far off. It almost closed back above it. Yo, Jamali, Stripe is going to be taking crypto payments sometime this summer, so get ready for potential crypto payments, okay? On our website. Just get ready for that. Please don't spam that message, though. I promise you there'll be at least... once Stripe releases their crypto payment, I think we're going to add it. So get ready for that. Jenny, you have to understand, when it comes to a systematic thing on just what we have, it's just complicated. But if Stripe said they're going to implement it, so when they do, it'll make it very easy for us to actually do something like that. It's just, trust me, there's a lot more to it. We would have it if it was simple. All right. But they should. I don't know when they're going to have it up, but they should at some point. Is the bot over yet? Let's ping the bot. Exclamation Twitter. Yeah, again, it's got to be through Stripe, Tom. You just, there it is. Boom. If Stripe's going to implement it, and will you be using Stripe whenever it's implemented? All right, let's go ahead and get to the Bitcoin predictions. If you don't know what that is, well, join the other stream and you can enter them in. Man, the last one, guys, last Friday was 56,500. 56,500 was the last Bitcoin prediction. So let's get to today. It's almost the exact same. So where is it going to be today? The price we're going to go with today, and this is, if you think you got what it takes, join the mainstream. The price we're going to go with today is 56,317. If you think you know that Bitcoin's going to be more or less than that price of 56,317, go into the main YouTube chat and type in your guess. Whether you think it's going to be more or less, type an exclamation BTC more or exclamation BTC less if you think it's going to be more or less than that price. And see if you are correct at the end of the stream. We'll let you know. But that is the price point we're going with today. Let's see what Pepe picks. Man's been on a roll. He's been less a lot recently, so let's see if he does more today. One last little double spin. What you got for me? Yo, he almost went more. He almost did, dude. He's super bear. He's big. He's a Bitcoin bear. He's done a short in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now 6. This is 6th less pick in a row. Out of all the lesses, he just knows, dude. He just freaking knows. He just knows the market's down. I don't know what he's doing in there. He's calculating something. Calculating something. All right, go get those entries in. And at the end of my Bitcoin analysis, we will be closing those entries. So make sure you enter now if you haven't already. All right, let's get to Bitcoin. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually delete this box that comes from the weekly level because we're gonna discuss it here in just a second. Now, I will say there's a few things you guys gotta understand that we've discussed on stream a million times. If you are seeing Bitcoin in a bearish trend on a daily, if you're seeing Bitcoin in a bearish trend also on a 4-hour, I would consider not looking to the upside. All you're going to be looking for is low prices to be buying for the long term. That's the biggest thing that I would suggest you should do right now. If you're not, I would be looking short. There's no reason to go against that trend on any time frame, whether it's a 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, a million minute. Okay, follow those high time frame trends. It's just going to help you out 100%. The odds are always going to be in your favor. People are looking for short side moves rather than long side moves when it's just in a basic daily or 4-hour downtrend. Okay, It's just that simple. Okay. There's so many people that overcomplicate trading when you don't need to. You just make it simple. Make it easy for yourself. For one, if a trade's not going your way, just close the stupid thing. Don't act like you're going to save yourself because you're in the, in the negatives and you're just going to keep buying more, right? Don't act like that's the best way to be trading. Again, notice what I'm saying is trading though. I'm saying trading here. If you're investing, you got to buy the dips. It's the only time that you have an opportunity to actually buy for the long term to give yourself a good move, right? Give yourself a good profit at the end of the day. You don't want to be buying for the long term at 71K. Now, granted, if you buy the way I do, where I don't care what price it is on Bitcoin, I just buy weekly. That's just how I do it. And then if Bitcoin does ever hit a key level, I pile on a little bit more with a little bit more money, right? So it just depends on what your strategy is. But me personally want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible in over as many years as I can, right? It's just my strongest belief in this crypto world is Bitcoin. Now, besides that, I do the same thing with Solana. I buy it weekly, and I've been doing the same with Bitcoin since it was at 20K, since it was at literally 10K back in COVID times. What I did when I turned my Bitcoin miners off, when they stopped being profitable, I was like, screw this. I'm not going to do it. There's no way I can actually there is a way I can make good money, but then I have to build a whole facility and make a bunch of money trying to keep up with the halving issues and all the difficulty constantly increasing, right? I was like, screw that. I'm just gonna buy it weekly because this is pretty much what I'm doing mining Bitcoin, except I'm not spending money on Bitcoin itself. I'm just spending money on electricity and these machines that I buy. So it's just the opposite. Again, that's my long-term strategy, is just buying it weekly and then buying at key levels when they show themselves. But if you're trading it, don't go against those daily trends. Don't go against the 4-hour trends. Happy Monday breakdown talk on what you should do when you're just looking at trades. There's no reason to be looking long when the whole market is short, right? All right. None of that. No more of that. All right. On the weekly, though, again, we had that weekly candle close on at, what was it? 55,854. It closed over 55, which is cool. So again, first thing I'm going to do today is, first of all, I'm going to pull a Fibonacci here. First off, we're also within a very lovely imbalance here so far. Now, here's your Fibonacci. Where do you see that 50% level landing up? It just so happens to be right where the candle pretty much closed on yesterday. Right, 56,183 is where that 50% retracement is right now. So I would just say roughly around 56. This week, if we get close over 56K, I will be very happy. All right, that's, yet again, beautiful retracement on a weekly chart. You can't get better than a retracement like a 50% on a weekly chart. Now, if price continues to hold that week over week, then I'll start to be considering a bull case, right? But for now, we have broken structure. We've broken that swing low. We've also broken this open close low here that I previously bounced off to go hit 70K again. Again, there's no reason to be looking for looking bullish on trades right now. No reason to be looking for bullish on trades. Now, if you're a scalper, you probably have your own system, whatever. If you want the odds stacked in your favor, look at those 4 hours. You can, I guess, look at the 1 hour if you want, but look at the 4 hour, look at the daily, follow that trend. It's just going to be so much easier. The odds will be stacked in your favor. Now, where we're at, right? I want to just see that weekly, like we already said, close over 156. That'd be really nice. The other nice thing is going into these open close highs over here, like we already plotted. We got an open close high sitting at 57,500. We got an open close high sitting here at 59. We got an open close high sitting here at 60. Open close high sitting here at 58,318, right? A lot of them sitting there. The next available one that had somewhat of a reaction is like 5183. At this point, the open close highs, to me, I'm not, really going to be watching them. We didn't show any type of actual rebounds off of that other than this time here. Didn't happen again, right? Again, the more times you test the level, the more likely it's going to break. So in this case right now, trading at 56 is kind of where we want to see for just that Fibonacci retracement. So if it does actually want to bounce off here, that's kind of what we'll be watching. Money flow profile, here, very indecisive at these levels. Let's go ahead and bring this up to 200 again. So 200 right now, volume is very heavy set on the downside there, down at 20K or below 20K. Makes a lot of sense, right? People are 100% going to be buying the piss out of this thing down at 20K. Just what's happening. And I promise you, I was buying a ton when it retested this weekly right here. This weekly open close high at 19,477. Are you kidding me? Who would pick up Bitcoin at 19,400 or so? Like, that was huge. Huge little dip down when we had that retest. Now, off of just a weekly high, right? Now, in this case, if we were to consider a very bearish case, the next level where volume actually starts picking up again, you can see is pretty much right between this 47.81 all the way down to 40K for the most part, right? You have this little bit of consolidation here, which we remember, if you don't recall, if you're on stream, we actually took a trade off of this all the way up into the 60K range. So it was a massive swing that we talked about. But I honestly, for now, we have quite a few Fibonacci levels to even retest. So 50K, if that ever were to come back to play again, it's probably going to act the same as 60K did. You're probably going to see a lot of people trying to save that 50K level if that ever touches. Right now, we're already showing that 50% on the weekly chart. People are willing to start to buy it already. We had a sell-off earlier this morning, and we've now kind of bounced back to go green on the week so far. So we'll see how it goes into the rest of the week. But again, if anything this week, we get any type of retracement, I think 60K would be the highest point that we would ever touch. Let's go to the daily. What happened there? No, I'm so used to pressing that. Let's go to the daily. There we go. Get that money club profile on. Now, the other thing we do have into play now is, guess what? We have a breaker block sitting right up at where the bottom is 60, right? The bottom of that breaker block of 15%. We discussed this on Friday, how, hey, this block here is a 15% order block. There's absolutely no reason that if this thing actually retests the low again, it would probably bounce. It probably wouldn't. It's very low volume order block there. Major sell volume obviously got printed when this broke through. Now, again, if you don't recall, my favorite thing ever to plot is open, close, highs, and lows. If you don't recall, all of you should recall. So here's the open, close, daily low, right? This is where that inverse head and shoulders played out to push us back through 70K, right? I'm going to plot that 100%. Now, you know me, a lot of times I will also just plot a zone there, right? Plot it to the wick. Drag this across, right? Once price breaks through this, see if price reacts to it. It just so happened there was a small little breakdown, right? Breaks right through it, takes that out, takes the lows out, comes up, retests it, beautifully rejects it. If you go to the 4-hour here, I mean,
who's your daddy?
We've talked about the way of looking at just open close levels to be important levels for potential rejections or bounces, right? So in this case, we completely flushed that low, right? We made a full retaste, a full retaste, and I mean, you can't get better than that. This thing went up. For one, this thing broke out close above that last 4-hour open close high there, right? Or honestly high. Retest this open close high, which just so happened to be the weekly chart one more time. Okay. Completely rejects it. Doesn't even touch that high, right? Doesn't even touch that high. The minute, guys, you have to understand, there's two things that you can look for when you come to, if you're coming to a key weekly level and you have a candle go up, close below that weekly level, like here, it bounces, crushes a new low, right? Crushes a new low, comes up, touches that weekly level again, which is the 58,300 or whatever, closes under it again on a 4-hour. Then you have another 4-hour candle that's not bullish, doesn't even retest the previous 4-hour high, and then closes back down. That is the biggest bear sign that I've ever seen in my life. You could have easily capped in a trade at 58K, and then you could have ride your sorry ass all the way back down to, let's say, this open close 4-hour low. And one more time.
Who's your daddy?
There you go. 4-hour open close low. Targeting open close lows. There's no reason to be targeting lows. Just target the open close lows. The highest volume spot of that low point. Right? Boom. Open close low. 54,380. I mean, you would have clocked in the best trade of probably your life right there. And here's your short. You would have taken it right here. You would have had your stop loss right above these highs, and then boom, you would have taken the open, close, low. You're looking at a almost 6-to-1. 6-to-1 trade. Okay. Again, it's not complicated. Just look at high time frame levels. Determine that, hey, price here, it doesn't want to go out. It doesn't want to break it. It's closing under that weekly level. The next one's closing below it. Why is that complicated? It's not complicated. You got to just take it. You have to use common sense. You got to take it literally. It's like, okay, price is not breaking. Price is closing lower. The daily's in a large bearish downtrend, right? The weekly, it broke that previous low, broke the previous open, close higher low. Again, everything was pointing bearish regardless of where price was. Yeah, sure, it sold off majorly, but it had a major bounce back, right? So in this case, that candle right there, beautiful trade to go back and retest its open, close, low, bounce right off of it. End of story. Now, I will say we now have created a higher low, but in this case, there's no reason to even be looking long. Now, people that are just tuning in are like, dude, why are you short at this level? Well, this has nothing to do with me being short or long. This has everything to do with this guy right here. If you want to get your Bitcoin predictions in, that's what we're doing right now. That's what this is. We put in something called a Bitcoin prediction at the beginning of every stream. We ask the audience, do you think it's going to be more or less, right? We ask the audience, do you think it's going to be more or less than this price right here? Are you smarter than Bitcoin right now? Go into the main YouTube. Go into the main YouTube chat. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Go into the main YouTube chat and put in your entry. Here's everybody else's picks, right? Everybody's putting more or less, more or less. The Pepe wheel makes a pick. He said less today. So I go ahead and I placed a trade for him. And as you can see, dude, this man's up $3,200 in a month. Just by spinning this wheel. He's up $3,200. So those of you sitting there going like, dude, why are you going to close the trade? That's a terrible entry. I mean, it's not me, man. That's the Pepe wheel. All right, it's his pick. All right, so Bitcoin, again, I would still be bearish. This daily candle right now is already rejecting that imbalance. Again, it's still trading below that weekly open, close, low. Sorry, daily open, close, low. As you can see right here. Price continues to retest it. Again, I honestly, on the daily here, your next kind of consolidated high is sitting around 52 to 53. I will say, though, that weekly, I want to close over 56. If we're trading over 56 all week, man, we might see 60. 60 would be that next upside target right now for potential downtrend continuation. If not, if it breaks through 60, get a daily close over 60, we'll be talking upside levels after that. But for now, that 60K level is key. And if you didn't get your Bitcoin predictions in, I'm closing them now. Congrats to the people that did. Closing Bitcoin predictions right now. So great job if you got them in. If you didn't, come back tomorrow if I don't have a baby yet, and get your Bitcoin predictions in. Pepe went less. If you went less with him, let's see what it does. All right, let's go over to gold before people actually shit their pants because they keep spamming it in chat. And let's get cracked. I'm gonna go ahead and go back public on the other stream. So bear with me. And guys, after we go over all the majors, we will be taking y'all suggestions. So bear with me on that. We got about an hour left here on stream. So let's get to it. Loom at what? I'm not looking at a 5-minute chart. I'm sorry. All right. Now, if you were on stream yesterday, you know your sorry ass and you know my sorry ass was looking for a decent pullback after sweeping these highs. This thing, here's your pullback. So we're getting the pullbacks right now. This is the pullback we've been looking for. We're looking for the 2360. We want to see if this holds. There's a hold on the 4 hour. That's pretty much key here. Right now, on the price action concepts front, we're retesting sort of like I'm not a big fan of this large candle we had this morning. With that news again, gold moves the most on news, right? Gold moves the most on yesterday's stream. Wait, okay. If I said yesterday, I meant on Friday. Whatever. I don't know what you're asking. All right. Either way, bear with me. Let me talk, chat. Come on, let me talk. All right, let's keep going here. Yo, chill. Dame, get out of here. Yo, chill, Dame. All right, 4 hour open close high. I'm gonna be watching that up to that wick high there. We also have one sitting here. All right. We also have what right here? Who can name me what that is? Okay, I'm going to say it myself. FEG, right? That's a imbalance, right? Sell side imbalance, sell imbalance, whatever you guys want to call it. A lot of things. Obviously, a lot of people can be like, that's not sell side imbalance. It's a sell imbalance. Is 100% a sell imbalance, so you can't argue that. All right, another one sitting there, right? This pullback is not a very bullish pullback, right? This is very news heavy, which drove price to go retest that higher low. So in this state right now, I'm not a huge fan of it. This is more so lining up for a bearish setup than it would be a bullish setup. Now, on gold right now, the price I'm going to be watching is this open close high right here at on the 4 hour, which is 23.65. But if we go to that daily time frame, it's kind of about the same. 23.60. 23.60 is that key price. We've talked about targeting that regardless to the upside of when we were down here. We had this inverse head and shoulders. That 23.60 was that upside target. 65 also. Now, in this case right now, we had a very strong bullish move here. We, now have come back to retest that 50% retracement inside this order block. So if it wants to, sure. But I will say I'm not a fan of this swing point acting as that retracement, right? I'd rather take this swing point here and it have bounced off of 50 there, right? That would happen to be above that high as well. So we could be seeing, if this daily candle closes where it's at, we could see yet again another bearish daily candle tomorrow. So gold right now, if it's going to break this low here, honestly, this crazy wick low that happened on Friday, which is 23.48, if you get a candle closure under that, I would honestly go and watch the 23.35 level. I'd be targeting down there. Or right where that change of character happened at that previous high, 23.38, 23.40. So keep a close eye on that. Yes, the bot doesn't work. So keep an eye on this thing breaking back down, because this is a very, very weak, very strong pullback. This isn't a normal pullback. So right now on gold, that's just the thing I'd be worried about in the current state that it's in. Daily, though, does finally shown some nice bullish structure coming out of this, right? Nice bullish structure. Finally broke out of this high right here. This high was 23.68. Very good candle close. But I bet you a ton of people were trying to buy on that breakout, which would suggest, honestly. But where we're at, we just need to see it for now. The daily, if we can close over 23.60, I think we'll be okay for this potentially to continue into tomorrow. But if it doesn't close over that price, you actually might see a continued sell-off tomorrow. Remember, we also have that news this week. So we have the news this week of we got Jerome speaking tomorrow at 10 a.m. So that's going to move the markets quite a bit. But for now, again, that 23.60 is what I'd be watching on my daily candles. In this current spot, let's go ahead and pull up the signals and overlays as well. Because, remember, like we talked about before, I'm going to optimize that to 13 here. Price has exited out of the bottom one. It's wicked the bottom, and it has fully broken out now. Now, in this case, like we said already, let's go ahead and pull this fib, because this here is actually a Fibonacci we could talk about, because it happens to have been pulled from this. I'm talking too fast. All right, errors my brain. All right, it's been pulled for the recent swing low, right? Recent higher low. This is probably what I was going to say. So here's your higher low. Here's your breakout price. Now we can pull a Fibonacci. Now, I would have wanted this thing to stretch a little bit farther, right? I would have wanted it to be up to around 24 or 23 or something, which would have been a retest of this daily open close high. Because then it makes sense for a pullback back to these areas here. But we're talking about gold. Gold moves a lot on news. So from here, it's not really, gosh, you guys just want me to, no. From here, a bit retesting that higher low, it's not really in the cards right now, I don't think. Here's your volume profile as well. It is entering an area where there was more buyers and sellers the last time it was here. Still heavy on the buy side, as you can see there. 23.55, 23.50. Now, that's why we said that 23.60, it's very indecisive now. Very indecisive through this 200 bar range, which is perfect range, honestly. This level there at 23.60 is probably going to be key to whether or not this thing actually continues to the upside or not. You can see how much bigger the volume is there compared to the lower levels. But again, if this thing comes back to this zone, that's, you know, what we already discussed, right? We have the highest amount of volume around this 2335 all the way back down to 2323. So watching that on gold would be ideal, especially if we close over this higher low over here. So keep a close eye on that. It's very likely that that could happen, especially with the news and Jerome speaking tomorrow. So that's what I would mostly focus on right now. But again, it's still in bullish structure. It just broke below that BO. Again, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great for this thing to continue any higher. So we'll see here how it actually bounces back on the 4 hour, or if it doesn't. But downside targets, like we already talked about, is roughly the 2335, so long as it closes underneath 2360. So we'll see that here. And let's jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum now. Ethereum on the weekly, okay? Let's go Ethereum. Let's go Ethereum. Hotlegs in the chat, W's in the chat, everything in the chat for doing the head and shoulders lift. Let me do some of these. So I know at some point y'all are gonna want me to just pull. It's just gonna be a workout stream. You know what? Screw Bitcoin. I'll pull my workout bench over here. We'll just start doing chest. How about that? All right. This thing, hallelujah, Merry Christmas. The weekly just decided to close up or at that previous open close weekly low before we had the ETF pump. So let's go. Yo, Rumble, how you doing, man? Welcome back. Let's go. Closed over that price, right? $29.29. You gotta love it. You can't get better than $29.29. So it bounces over that, guys. Real quick, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Seriously, smash the like button, please. Smash the like button right now, and then I'll continue. I gotta wait till this thing pops up. I'm not gonna continue until we hit 40 likes. I don't even know why we're at 40. We've gotta hit at least 50. Who disliked? You tell me right now. Who disliked? Who just all go from 37 to 36? Who is that? Who are you? Tell me who you are right now. If you disliked, I swear I'm gonna kick you out. You're banned for 24 hours. Swear to God, you're banned for 24 hours. Ban him. BK, ban him right now. There we go. 3 more likes, get us to 50, and I will continue with my Ethereum analysis. You swear it was Dame? Dame, I'm banning you for 24 hours. You're done. You're done, Dame. Get him out of here. Red smoke for Dame. BK, I don't know what BK is doing. There we go. 50 likes. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go. Let's keep cranking. Ethereum. All right. So, Ethereum right now, $29.29. That was the price we were looking for on the weekly, right? It closed at it, and my goodness, yesterday we retested last week's low, and now we're trading back above it. Hallelujah. Let me get a hodl gang in the chat because we are hodling through the sell-offs, baby. Now, on the 4 hour, okay, we've gotten several candle closes above that. I wish price would have retested that. I would have shortened the pith out of that level. I would have shortened the pith out of that level. Speaking of which, let's look over pith today. I haven't seen pith in a long time. Great change character on that breaker block with a beautiful breakdown. Can't get better than that. Let's go. All right, so daily candle now respecting what? What? A 31% order block, okay? A 31% order, that's 31%. That's not 8%. That's not 10%. That's not even 20%. That's 31 mother trucking percent right there, okay? That's great. That's what you want to see. You want to see it wick the bottom. You want to see it close up where it's at. We got the daily. If it closes where it's at today, be nice. I would rather it close over 3K today. But this is looking really strong, especially with the S1 refiles, and we're looking potentially for those ETFs to trade very soon. Again, we talked about this with the ETFs, right? Here you go. Here's Vanek with the, where is it? Boom. You had, which one was this? Vanek there. Boom. ETF S1 again. And then you had Bitwise as well. Now, remember, when these started trading for Bitcoin, we had a major sell-off day. Now, will that happen again? That's very possible. We've already seen it happen on Bitcoin. It's very possible we have a big sell-off when that happens, but Bitcoin is well up from that price when it sold off the original day. It took a few days to recover, But again, this is going to bring in a lot of volume to Ethereum because all these ETFs are going to start having to buy a decent amount and hold a decent amount of Ethereum to even let them trade. We saw some other news. I think we posted on Twitter as well, and we can look at that later. But for now, it's just waiting for those things to start trading. But the difference here is Bitcoin was in an uptrend when it started trading. Ethereum is in a downtrend. Is there going to be a difference? That's where we're kind of just like up in the air about it. It's like nobody really knows. Nobody really knows where we'll be once those start trading. So for now, we're in a downtrend. Hopefully we get a nice bounce back, or we don't move at all. I would rather us just not move at all. Just stay where we're at, right? So in this price point right now, watch to see if today we can close over 3K. That'd be ideal, honestly. We are still in a nice bearish daily trend. Again, you don't have to fight the trend on lower time frames. I will say that's a pretty exhausted trend though, and it's trying to bounce back as it's pretty much locked in a double bottom. I mean, guys, I will honestly say that the best double bottoms are the open close prices. There's your open close price right at 28.80. So right now this does look a little bit more bullish on a 4-hour than anything. I'm not a fan that this thing wicked above that high and then closed below it. Yet again, price tried to break out. It failed to break out. You can see why it's back down to retest the 2,900. Now here we're still holding. So if I were to be, somewhat into a retracement, I would want us to get a candle close now over the 3,100 or this last week high there, which is 3,095, which could happen this week, right? So if we even pull this now, we have this Fibonacci, your 50% lines up right below 3,200, right? So if you get a 3,200 breaking move, right? Guess what that does? It lines us beautifully with this previous low as well. So that's where temporary on the 4-hour I would be targeting, which just so happens to be the 618. I mean, guys, yet again, this is when you know you've made a decent move, is when you have Fibonacci levels line up with very significant highs or lows, depending on what trend you're in. So right now, we have the Fibonacci on the 618 lining up beautifully with this 4-hour low on Ethereum. I think now that we're pretty much showing and locking in a double bottom, if we can get an actual candle close above the 3,100, we would probably get a move to around 3,250. That could happen this week. That could 100% happen this week. Obviously, Bitcoin sold off a little bit more. The weekly candle on Ethereum was a lot better, but Ethereum has more pending news than Bitcoin does right now. So there's very likely we get a little bit more volatility on the buy side for people anticipating those ETFs trading, and we'll see what happens. But again, upside target right now on the 4-hour, if it's going to hold this 2,900 price, if it breaks 3,100, if we can get some type of setup, I would go straight for that 618, which is around what? It was 32, 31, I think. Let's see. It was around 3250, 3247. That's what I would go for. And as you can tell here, just from that high there, it lines up beautifully with this previous low here, right? That's when you know that you made a decent extension in a trend direction, right? It's when the Fibonacci start lining up with previous highs and lows. As you can see here as well, look at this 382 there, also being rejected at 379. This high was 382. This high was 395. All closing beneath that Fibonacci level as well. So beautiful pullback there, or sorry, beautiful sell-off, and then now actually lining up perfectly to the Fibonacci, showing us that we've probably extended the right amount before we actually make a bounce back. So nice little areas on there. The weekly candle was golden though, closing up over that 29.29. Again, on this weekly, if we just close over that price this week, fingers crossed. We've already retested last week's low. If we close over that price this week, I really do like it for a nice little bounce back, maybe closing green this week. Let's go to the daily real quick. We haven't really looked at that much. Daily, similar situation. The difference here, though, is look, with this Fibonacci pull, what lines up beautifully with the 50%, and that is an insane sell imbalance. So you got a big FVG sitting there on the sell side. But again, a 618 lines up with that low. So big imbalance there that a lot of people could buy it up and then re-short there, or new short entries come into the play there. Or people, obviously the imbalance is leftover orders. So people would probably end up re-shorting there as well, because Ethereum for the most part has just been fading from the ETF. But I do think it could easily, especially today, if it continues to hold 29.29, can easily make its potential bounce back to at least 3,200 or 3,300 for just this week. Now, obviously long term, there's a completely different story, but weekly time frame, let's just watch it close over that price. I love that it held up above that higher low and didn't make a closing candle underneath that. So we might get that consolidation we've been waiting for. This is also coming off of a peak high, so we'll see kind of where it ends up end of this week and when those ETFs start trading, okay? So let's get it. Not too bad. Yo, Tom Crown, what's up, baby? How you doing? Yo, blue smoke for Tom Crown. Man's legend. Blue smoke for Tom. There you go, Tom. All right. You gotta love it. Tom loves these dips. Trust me. I know Tom loves these dips. All right. Ring the alarm. All right, crude oil. Let's look at crude oil. I'm kind of interested. Paid a little bit too much for gas last week or this weekend. Now, crude oil again there. Perfect. What? 8% order block. It's rejecting. What, Jacob? That's such a low percentage. Again, though, it doesn't matter. What we talk about here, especially we got an overlap of the imbalance there. What we talk about here is all it is reaction, guys. Does price react to it? It's less likely, 100% less likely to actually reject an 8% order block, but I don't care. If that's at a significant swing point and I'm trading the upside, I'm going to be taking profit at those order blocks every time, unless it open close high, like here, right, at 83.86, right? Unless that open close high doesn't get hit, right? If it doesn't get hit, I'd be out at an order block as well. But this is a beautiful move off of that previous low. Now, if we pull our swing points here, you can also see 382 is lining up right in this high volume area, and that breaker block of the 50% is there as well. So this is still in a bullish slope, though. If you look at just the recent bullish slope here, right? It's trying to break it today. So if it closes below today, we might have something. But at this point as well, the other thing I'd be watching is these previous highs. So are those previous highs going to hold as well? So going down to a lower time frame of the 4 hour, we did close below this higher low. So I would honestly say that 4 hours starting to show bearish price action. The only way to confirm if this is actual bearish price action is two things. One is going to see, does price actually go retest this previous higher low sitting right there at 82.85, 83 to be safe? And two, do we get a bearish turning point on the oscillator here below that 50 level? If we get our first, I knew that was going to happen. If we get our first bearish turning point below that 50 level, I would say, hey, this is lining up for a perfect trend state. Notice, again, with the overall oscillator here, if we are trading and constantly creating turning points on one single side, that means we're in a very strong trend, right? It doesn't matter what side. If it's just trade, doesn't want to fully break down below and create two turning points below it, it's more than likely to continue trending in that one direction. Now that we've had a decent extension here, if we get a bearish turning point, more than likely that trend is ready to flip. So we'll see how it goes. Again, this is also election year, so September is getting closer and closer to start getting a little bit crazy on the election front for the U.S. side. So we'll start seeing some volatility in crude oil, depending on who gets elected. But yeah, so that's just something to focus on. Crude oil right now, the 4 hour would be bearish. Daily will be bearish if it closes where it's at, but we'll just pay attention coming to candle close and into tomorrow. Let's look over. I was going to glance at Dixie. Dixie sold off on Friday into today. Or no, sorry, not into today. Yeah, well, today's first bounce back we had. Nasdaq cranking all-time highs. There's not really much. Man. Nasdaq has absolutely been drilling all-time highs. Again, there's not much you can do. All you need to do is watch for these dips and then trade the upside. It's just, you're in such a mega trend. If we pull up the signals and overlays, we can see that. Signals and overlays here, 67% trend right now on the daily. We can move to 12 sensitivity as well. 67% trend continuation. Obviously, now we're trading well above that Neo Cloud. But again, all I would be watching now is when we get a pullback here, I'd be looking for buys right off the 20,300, 20K 300, right? 20,300 price is what I look for. It may be extended down to 20,200, right? But again, we're in such a mega trend. There's absolutely no reason to be looking on the short side unless you're a scalper and you hold it for like 1 minute or something. That would be the only time I would say, hey, do that. Otherwise, these markets are absolutely ripping. I haven't looked at the cumulative tick in a while. Do tick Q on 1 minute. So like this is gonna look weird. So like cumulative tick today barely ticked negative. It's like the furthest it went was 600. It opened up at a max at 1,000, and it just been trading above zero all day for the most part. It's just It's nuts. Hasn't extended much to the downside. So not seeing much volatility to that downside there. So, seeing that, I mean, the 4 hour as well, just constantly every retracement gets bought. So until we've actually broken a significant level on the Nasdaq, it's not really worth looking short side at all. Like your odds right now for the Nasdaq to continue higher are just way greater. But again, if we do get a pullback here, I would say 20,300 and 20,200. Okay. There's a lot of candles in here. Yeah, similar situation. In this price though, 55.75 would be what I would look for to pullback. 5,600 could be interesting. And then 55.62, still be looking for longs. I mean, who in their right mind wants to short this market? I know there's a lot of people that are like, dude, this market is way overextended. It's like, if you're day trading, just follow the trend. Just follow the trend if you're day trading. Trust me. It's going to help you out a lot. Follow the trend. All right. That's ES. Let's go over. I mean, I can't talk about much on the ES and all that. It's just not going to work. Let's go over to Solana, my favorite. I've been saving this for fun. Because it's my baby. It's my baby. All right. Still depressed. Quick moment of silence. Hold on. Quick moment of silence. Crypto Kid had to type it in the chat. All right. Why did I have that moment of silence? Well, I had a limit order set beautifully on my Coinbase account for 121. It's okay. I did buy that in the past. Recently in the past, so it's fine. But, man, hit 121.01. Man, that was depressing. Okay, we're back at it. Let's keep going. 121.01, guys. I mean, come on, brother. I'm going to frame that, honestly. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to put it right above me. Give me motivation. Be like, hey, you son of a bitch. See, I'm going to just sit there and, it's going to make me too heated, and then I can't stream. Again, though, 121.01. Bounce right off of it. Honestly, it's fine. We got back to the 140, and we've now set a higher low. So I will say I did this to myself, too, because there technically was a 28% order block there. But, I mean, come on. What 120.01? 121.01? I mean, come on. Oh, I can't do it. 28% order block. Beautiful bounce. Higher low above that. Gotta love it. Can't get better than that. Now, luckily, though, we had the 120 touch back before. Where we're at now on the weekly, that was a beautiful close. It closed well above these open close lows here from the previous week, which was 128.58. And then the close on the other candle was 128.59. So beautiful candle close this week, man. Showing people were willing to buy it from the 120 up to the 130. Gotta love it. I mean, if you're not buying Solana now, then I don't know what you're doing. You better be holding some Solana. And that is my opinion, not Luxago's opinion. Not affiliated whatsoever, other than I am the content man here. I didn't come up with a better one. Content king, sure, whatever. All right, let's go. Now, again, the 137 price is what I'd be watching now on the weekly here. Bounce off, right, from the weekly price. Beautiful rejection. I mean, literally on a weekly chart, price decided to go up and then immediately reject this and then sell off for weeks at a time. Can't get better than that. So we'll be identifying that price that just so happens to be trading above today. It just so happened to retrace off of the 200 price target that we talked about before and also bounce off that before making a breaking movement into the high 180s. And now we're back to that 137 again. Now, since we're back at 137 this week, let's just close over 137. If we can close over 137 this week, I'll be happy, very happy. Please don't retest those lows. Again, though, if it does retest 121, I will be buying them myself, personally. Jacob, me, nobody else, just me, myself, and I will be buying at 120. For the long term, again, I will be buying for the long term. That means a 5 to 10 year hold. If you're impatient and you can't hold that long, then you need to go seek something else to do. But again, all coming off of this weekly or daily open close high right there. So this here, beautiful inverse head and shoulders bouncing off. In this case, again, there's a considerable double bottom that could be playing out here. If I were to be bullish on this, though, I have to break this swing high now. Honestly, I would just want to break through 145, 144, right? I would want to break well over that. Can we do it? That's kind of the question right now. I love that we broke it last week, right? Or sorry, the week before that. I love we broke it the week before that. Above 150, had a massive move there, rejected back down. Again, this could be the start to look at this potential reversal setup here. Oscillator already starting to confirm that there is potential here. If today, guys, honestly, if today closes over 137, could be quite a trade back to 150 or more. So watch that for sure. Looks really solid right now, especially with the oscillator here. Still sitting below that 50. Now, I'm gonna go to the next song. I love the song, but let's go to the next one. All right. Now let's look at the signals and overlays here, because now if we optimize it, as said in the dashboard, to 18 again, down here on the dashboard. Some of you can't see it. Pepe wheels back up, 18 there on the dashboard. All right, we got about 30 minutes left. If we get a closure, again, notice we retest Neocloud and we reject it. We're still in that strong bearish trend. Now, if we get out of this, though, I want to see this break above that high of that Neocloud. I will say we've consolidated quite a bit. So going into the volume profile, right? The free volume profile indicator by Luxalgo, the money flow profile, right? If we go into this current range that we are in, look where the rested volume is. We're in that value range. Again, when we're trading in value, right? Again, why I love the 137 for buys and the 121 for buys. If we're trading in value, right, usually that indicates that we're very indecisive on either side. Notice up here, we have more sellers. Notice down here, we have more buyers, right? Again, that's just part of that value range. People are going to buy the lows big time. Now, again, if we escape the value range, though, which is above 150, and, you know, actually show a little bit of support, we can see where this peak volume line is sitting as well, right there. This is all value here. If we can escape this, we are more likely to trend. Your odds of trending go way up, okay? Notice here in this current state, when we escaped out of this zone, right, we had significant pushes, right? This had a trend to the downside, back to that zone. This had a trend to the upside, out of that zone. So we get out of that value range on the high volume side, more than likely we'll see people start to step in and want to buy this back up to 170. So right now, again, I don't give a pith, okay? And I'm going to make a shirt about that one day. I don't give a pith if we're trading at, 130. If we're trading at 128. If we're trading at 122, right? So long as we're trading well above 121, I think we're fine right now. I think we're fine. Now, recent swings here. Here's your previous high or low before I had that breaking move. Boom. This just so happens to be the 618 bounce right here, right? If I were to just take off this as well, we pull this all the way back here to the higher low before it made a breaking move, which is here. We come back, right? Look where the 50% retracement lines up with that previous high, right? So in this case, right now, again, we have even another previous high that we can play off of if Solana does want to dip down to about 113, and I hope it does. I pray Solana retest 113. I don't think it will, but I pray it does, and if it does, you best believe your boy's going to be picking up quite a bit of Solana. Now, we're at the 382. We're very well bouncing above that and now trading above it, right? Or sorry, bouncing below it, but we're trading above it today, right at that previous open close weekly low there. So if we can continue to close over that this week, above the 137, I'll be very, very happy. Let's see where that ends up this week. That's Solana for you. Let's move on. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into suggestions. Avalanche is still dookie. I do hold a little bit of Avalanche, but I'm not really there. But we got about 30 minutes left. Let's get to it. 27 minutes left. Let's get to suggestions. What do we got? Dennis, I just went over all of Solana, man. If you didn't catch that, please go back in the stream like 3 minutes. BCH. Ooh. I like it. Let's do it.
Who's your daddy?
First off, who is your daddy? That's me. I mean, you can't get better than that. I already drew that zone for you. Do you want me to hold your hand through the trade? Just kidding. Great buy area. To be honest, I would have placed a. If I saw this, it might have been worth placing a buy order, but it's not. 300 price point. What that? That's the. This is Sparta price point right there. Feel me? This is kicking it back up, right? 300 right there, right? Bounced directly off of what was the low? 298.91. Beautiful bounce back. That was a fantastic weekly key level buy for a long-term hold. Yet again, long-term hold. Don't take that lightly, long-term hold. And my goodness, though, this thing did... I'm not going to even do that on a weekly. It's not even worth it. This thing did an idea we've talked about a million times, but it's the weekly can be a little crazy on crypto. What happens to also be inside of this beautiful imbalance, right? A lot of buys there as well that were left over in the past. Now, it was a while ago, but it still came off of that with an inverse head and shoulders. Sorry, with a regular head and shoulders, pretty much. You got your head, you got a shoulder. Similar sequence that you would be looking for, even if it was different. But I would have been targeting that, again, if I was short, that 300 level. We're already bouncing beautifully off the 300 level, right in that zone that I didn't just draw. I was already drawn. But I will say that this 4 hour here does look a bit weak. So we'll see how it trades in these low 300s here. I mean, this thing almost went up and retouched this previous 4 hour low. The low of that was right here. Wow. It did retest that 4 hour low. So, again, something to consider. I mean, just don't forget about those lows. There's your beautiful low that it rejected after it completely demolished it. So, rejected beautifully. I would want to get over that price. We would have to get over 345 for this thing to actually maybe see a little bit of upside. But then you got all the way to 370 to even go for it. So, there's a lot there. The biggest thing, though, is this daily, boom, as you can see here, imbalance with a breaker block. And that was a very high volume breaker, right? Very high volume order block that flushed through over the weekend, on Thursday of last week. But as you can see here, price actually came down, it perfectly rebounded and closed almost right above that order block for a nice potential bounce back, but it never broke these lows, right? It would had to have reversed and kind of crushed those lows on the daily to consider this thing going back to 500. But it did break back down, making that imbalance, and now it's a breaker slash sell imbalance. So it would be interesting for this thing. Could you go over gold? Sir, I go over gold like at the beginning of every stream. Please just go back to the stream and watch it. The stream you're looking at right now, you can literally zoom back just a bit and see our gold analysis. Please go back on the stream, guys. I appreciate you, but again, about 200 people ask for gold about every 5 seconds. It's just, at this point, I should just leave gold on the chart. All right. How's Bitcoin doing? Ayo, we're still on the less. Let's go. All right, okay, there you go. That was BCH again. Just needs to hold that weekly, and we're looking good. All right, ETH BTC spread. I'd rather just go USD, to be honest. I mean, it's nice to do, I guess, them compared, but I don't know. ARB, okay. ARB, I don't know. I don't know if I want to look at this one. It's been a minute. Yeah, this thing easily broke this low. Okay, here's your ARB. Again, this thing, if you're not short, I would be short, 100%. If it's gonna hold below, dang, this thing destroyed that low. Yeah, this is one of those things where now, if you were to actually want to buy this thing, you're just gonna have to wait. I wouldn't buy. There's no reason to buy this. You gotta wait. Seriously. If you're losing on this, don't buy more, please. But I will say, this is new. It's fresh for the most part. I mean, look at this, 2023, and it's been over a year. I would just wait, see how it reacts when the rest of the market maybe bounces, and then, you know, look into what's going on. This thing broke $1. It was trading well above $1 and it broke it. I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen for these altcoins is when they break below $1. Again, XRP. Let's look at this really crappy coin that no one should ever buy. Even though I can't say that because I bought it way back in the day, but that was because it was the only other altcoin besides Ethereum and Bitcoin. Or only other crypto besides Ethereum and Bitcoin and some others, Litecoin. But, I mean, again, couldn't hold $1. They just couldn't do it, and now it's just pooping itself. Now, I'm not gonna compare ARB to it, but I'm just saying $1 in the crypto world is pretty significant, and you want them to hold. But either way, it broke the low very aggressively, so I would be patient and wait to see, for one, how the rest of the market does, and then two, you know, keep a close eye on what's ready for, you know, what ARB is going to fully be used for, stuff like that. I don't know much about ARB. It's not one that I actually hold, but I would make sure you keep your eyes peeled and wait before you even buy more. TRB, not ARB. Michael, you have to understand, I'm looking at 50 different chats, okay? This was from TikTok, all right, brother? This is from TikTok. This was not from YouTube. TRB. Breaking back down. Inside that. This is... Wow, this thing's back and forth. Honestly, this is bearish to me. I would look for 52. I look for another $20 drop on this. Very possible. Let's go to the weekly. That was the weekly. Sorry. Let's go to the daily. Daily, yeah. I mean, for one, this thing went up, rejected this low here, and then kept going lower inside of BOS. I'd be targeting this order block down here. I'd be going all the way down to 50 bucks. Yep. 50-ish. ZK. Still bearish on that one, big time. ZK, is there a better exchange? On the Pith network. That's not it. I think Binance is the only one that we can look at. They're so new, man. I can't do much about this. I mean, I'd be bearish unless it breaks over 20. Be bearish unless it breaks over 20, to be honest. Let's look at Avalanche. All right, Avalanche, if you guys don't recall, we almost had the best 4-hour setup ever. Damn it! I had the alerts set up and I took them off because I thought I extended too far. Oh man, that sucks. I took those alerts off because we literally we dumped this low. We dumped this low. If you guys don't recall, we talked about looking for a short entry right here, 27.37. We even talked about looking right at this open close low here, but it was this imbalance and that breaker, the 17% breaker block. I mean, look at that, freaking! Oh my lord, dude! I mean, it gives me more confidence on taking these more. Holy cow! I mean, look, buy imbalance or sell imbalance and a breaker block. Price goes up, and I mean, it couldn't kiss it any better. This thing made out with that level and then just said, all right, see ya, and left it. All right. Now, granted, I would have been targeting 25.63, but holy hell, that's insane. Let's go. Now, I'm pissed because I took those alerts off the minute I saw it break this low. I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to react to it this time. Already made a big enough bounce. All right, so in this case, though, off of Avalanche here, this is a huge V bounce. You ever see it get bought back that quick and never go lower after it makes a big enough sell-off? It was right back at this price. This here, beautiful move on a reversal for a actual retracement bounce. So 50%. Again, guys, There's no reason to pull a fib off of a low run, off of running lows, unless it actually flushes and kind of does like it looks like liquidation for the most part, because it pretty much probably was. There's no reason to pull a fib unless you see it actually fully make nearly an entire move's bounce. If you see here, if I were to pull from this swing point when it made that change character there off that previous higher low break, if I were to pull it from there to there, if this thing fully escapes all Fibonacci levels, consider that an actual V bounce, okay? It makes a full V. That's pretty much what happens, right? So then, and only then, you can actually play a Fibonacci retracement bounce there, which would have been right off that 50. And beautifully bounced back. I would have targeted back up at this order block, but still though, that would have been a huge 4-hour candles. Bounce back. Weekly on Avalanche though, this thing beautifully tagged this previous open close high and that high there on the weekly. Closed above it. It's closing well. I will say this thing's got to get over 30 to 32 for me to be even more bullish on this thing. So let's wait for that. Otherwise, it's still be bearish. I did lose free money, dude. Did anybody take that? Alex said, can you look at gold and say me an opinion? Alex, you want me to look at gold, brother? I mean, I don't know how many times we got to do this. Can we look at gold? I've looked at gold about 10 times. I appreciate you tuning in, but please go to the main YouTube stream. You can go back to the beginning of the stream, and you can look at our full in-depth analysis or just rewatch this stream, okay? I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get back to business. And if everyone else that said gold. All right. Okay, yo, he's the king. You can't doubt him. You can't doubt the king, guys. We got about 14 minutes here. What do we want? Tia from Dame. Again, I'm gonna just feel free to retype in what you want to see. Thoughts on Meta? Thank you. Let's go look at a stock. 100%. I'm down to look at Meta. BNB from Doverin. We're gonna look at Tia, then Meta, and then BNB. Okay, Tia, Meta, then BNB. All right. Let's look at the daily on Tia. Tia is bad. This is new. Yet again. One more time for my people in the back. If you ever are in something that runs, let's just say it's trading on Coinbase or something, right? It's on major exchange, and it runs 300%. Please lock in profits, because you will probably lose all of those profits very quickly. It's just part of it, man. Just part of it. Down 68%. Like, probably more than that, actually. Where we're at, though, I can't say this is good or bad price. I can't. Daily, maybe these low. It already kind of bounced off the previous lows that it had. That first high low it had when it started trading on Coinbase. Let me look at this. Hold on Binance. It's not much different. This thing's demolished. If I'm going to be bullish on this thing, it has to be up over $9 again. We got to trade above 9. Right now, I'd still look bearish. It might have slight retracements, but again, at $8 would be that upside target, then reject from there again. Let's go to Meta. Would you say your indicators along with ICT is doable? Absolutely, man. That's the best part, guys. People that say indicators don't work, they're just using them wrong, okay? You have to understand it's a tool, right? I can't... Sorry, buddy. I can't just... I mean, maybe only a few... Well, no. I couldn't just cut down a tree with my bare hands and build a freaking house without a tool, right? Couldn't do it. Same thing goes with that. It's like, if you try something like ICT, it's like if you want... I mean, you can... Sure, yeah, you can just watch charts. That's fine. You can watch charts, and people have done it. People do it a lot. But if you want something to kind of be an assistant for you, where you can set up alerts to where you don't have to look at the charts all the time, that's why you use indicators. Indicators help you not have to be glued to your computer and looking at multiple assets. If you're trying to look at a bunch of assets at once, especially in the crypto world, it's all about looking across the board, finding the best opportunities. Same with stocks. I mean, if you're trading that. But again, if you want to be alerted and enjoy your life and not have to be glued to the charts all the time, then use indicators, man. They just help you. They're there to help you. They're not there to give you the win rate. They're just there to make your profitable strategy better or easier to understand. Indicators are 100% useful. That's the whole point of them. If they're not useful to you, then you're just using them wrong. All right, Meta, man, this thing freaking ripped today. Friday back down today, which is fine. I mean, it's back to retesting these highs. Right now, still, yeah, anywhere above 520, I think you're good. Their earnings are coming. We got earnings again, guys, coming up later this month. Okay, finally, the financials are working. Let's go. So, let's see. Quarter one, dude. Dang. Quarter one did great. They freaking killed it from the last quarter one. Quarter one 2023, they were down 23% in overall year-over-year growth. This past quarter one, they're up 116%. That's why you're seeing major moves. Now, obviously, you can see they've had a huge increase in the past few quarters. Let's look at annual. They did great in 2023, though. Even if that quarter one last year was bad, they still closed pretty good on the year. Value-wise, let's see. They're predicted for this next quarter. Let's go to earnings. Next quarter, their EPS is predicted a little bit better. 469 versus for quarter two versus the last time was, wow, almost double. 2023 is quarter two on their EPS. Quarter two on Rev, their from 2023 was 31 versus 38. So not much, but still, again, we're seeing growth, so that's good. 2024 is on track so far for the most part. They beat last in quarter one, so that's good. I mean, you can see the sheer growth already of what it's been at. You got 1.34 trillion market cap. This thing's ripping. It's looking good, man. I would see what it ends up being into this earnings. Again, though, guys, when it comes to stocks, like, I wait to buy at key levels, right? Again, Tesla, if you're on stream, you got one of the best entry prices. We hit today, guys, by the way. Oh, man, we were a dollar. We almost hit $100 per share on our Tesla entry. If you're on stream with us back in April and March, you know that we were taking buys at 160 on Tesla just because of this daily swing low here, and also lining up as well with its weekly swing low, right? Weekly swing low right here, right? Major level. What we were watching, it's perfectly almost up, like it's almost up 100 per share in literally just a few weeks, 58% nearly, insane. So nice moves on that if you played with us, and that's why you tune into the stream, baby. Let's see, we got 7 minutes left. How's Bitcoin doing? Ooh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close on the Bitcoin predictions. Indicators is useful on any market, man. Any trading view market, any market that is on trading view. Any market that is on trading view. Hey, Blakey asked, any trading view indicators that help with gamma levels. So, dude, if you want a gamma level indicator, just go to luxalgo.com. You go up to library in the top right-hand corner, okay? Go up to library like this, boom. And you could literally type in gamma. Just search gamma. Okay, well, that one, I guess we don't have one. Usually we have one around it. There's probably something similar to it. If it's named something else, look for it. But again, if you're looking for anything specific, you can, that is similar to gamma, okay? Just maybe look at one of these filter tags. So there you go. I'll get the team on it. Make a gamma indicator. Add it to the list. But again, we have every pretty much sought after version of an indicator on here. There's probably something that is similar to what you're looking for. But I'll get the team on some gamma indicators. But again, if you're looking for anything specific, just go to the website. We have over, I think it's like 200-300 indicators for specific, setups, like a bunch of ICT based indicators, a bunch of specific based like supply and demand indicators, whatever you can think of. Oh, it's sitting more. What was the price for you guys? Price was 56,317. Yeah, sitting very well more right now. We got what do we got? We got 7 minutes left. We'll see where we're at. Ooh, it's back down. Where's it going to be? Where is it going to be? Let's look at Link. I want to look at Link today. Link back up, which is good. Daily's chilling for now. Rejected that low, dude. If it closes again on Link, guys, under this 1391 level, again, imbalance, breaker block, swing low here. If it closes under this price right here, $12.98, so under 13, look for a retest. Look for a retest of these lows again on Link. Very possible. Very possible render. Dude. Similar situation on render, man. Just right off that low there, like we already targeted, man. The only problem about render is that 7 was money. I wanted to see that weekly candle close over 7. It didn't happen. So now that we haven't closed over 7, we now have some downside to talk about. I'd be watching, first off, probably this $5 range. I mean, we could say 460. I don't know if it'd fully go back to 460 though. Look at the daily. Yeah, I would be looking, yeah, right here, 516. 516 to $5 would be that downside target for now. Obviously, this thing could easily hold 6 and continue. But I'd be bearish down to $5 for now, unless it actually breaks 8. If it breaks $8, then we can talk about upside targets again. SMCI. Here's MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, I would want it down around 1,200 or lower. This thing's been ripping because of Bitcoin, but I would want it a little bit lower for buys on this. I don't think I've ever looked at their financials. Gosh, it's funny. They're pretty much just hitting huge profits off of their Bitcoin. SMCI. Super microcomputer. SMCI, man. I like the bullish turning point on the oscillator. How signals it overlay is sitting? I like the upside move so far, man. Money flow profiles. If it closes where it's at, there you go. Money flow profile closes where it's at. You're looking good for an upside move. Maybe back to 1K. I don't know if I'd take it past that yet. We need to see how this earnings is probably before we get that 1K break. Wow. Hell of a quarter 3. Crazy they're already going to be reporting quarter 4 in when are they reporting? August. Wow. So, man, crazy growth. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it comes into what we get on that quarter 4, which is interesting. Yo, more. We got almost 2 minutes left, guys. This is gonna be really close. I gotta put y'all's prediction price up. Hold on. So if you tuned in early enough, guys, you were more or less. Right? The price was 56,317. 56,317. So Pepe Will did get a way better price than y'all. Here's your price. 317. Okay. We got almost 1 minute left. Right now it is sitting more, but sitting less for the Pepe Wheel. Now it's sitting more for the Pepe Wheel. Will he be right? Will he be wrong? We're going to see here in just a second. This could be close. It's got, okay, last minute right here. Here we go. Come on, baby. Dude, we've been close, brother. We've been close. There's been some close calls here. All right. We got literally almost 30 seconds. Let's see. Pepe's winning so far. These have been some very low moves recently. All right, 30 seconds left. Will it be more? Will it be less? Here we go. The winner right now for you guys is more. The winner right now for you guys is more. What's it gonna be? 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Yeah, this is gonna be close. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Oh, less for Pepe, more for the YouTube chat, guys. Oh my gosh, it just went less. Holy crap. Moore's the winner. Great job, guys. If you said more, man, that was close, bro. You guys got so lucky. 3 seconds after. 3 seconds after. All right, who said more? Who said less? Let's see right now. I keep doing that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Tanzi with the lower. Come on, Tanzi. What you doing, bro? We got Crypto Mindset with the more. Great job, Crypto Mindset. We got Dane with the more. Brad with the more. Cozy with the more. Government Guy with the more. Young. I'm going to call you Young, man. Ju Young with the more. Great job. Jordan May with the more. Adam with the more. Jenny with the more. Yo, let's freaking go. Great job, guys. Killing it with these predictions. Killing it. Great job. Michael with the less. Come on, man. Come on, brother. Michael with the less. We got Shiv with the more. Great job. We got Demonic with the less. Come on, Demonic. Jason with the more. Mike with the more. Tom with the more. SJ7 with the more. Come on, let's go, baby. Jazz B with the less. Come on. Airs in the chat for Jazz B. Just kidding. Love you. Either way. Little Willie Big Brother 55 with the less. Come on, brother. Precious Son with the more. Great job, Precious Son. Igor with the less. Come on, Igor. John Paul with the more. Great job, John, like always. Crypto Kid with the less. Vishnu with the more. Great job. David with the more. Great job. Paulo with the less. Come on, man. We got Richard. Marine with the more. Great job, Richard. 40 amp fuse with the less. Come on, man. Brad. Beers. Havoc LLC with the more. Great job, Francis Lloyd with the less. We got Maz with the less. Come on. Got to get them more predictions in. Come on, bros. We got Aaron with the more. Great job, Aaron. We got Cryvorb11 with the more. There's a lot more, guys, but again, I appreciate you. I can't go through all of them. But if you want to be a part of our Bitcoin predictions, yet again, guys, at the beginning of every stream, I give you a price. At the beginning of this stream, it was 56,317. And you got a chance to enter your predictions in while I was doing the Bitcoin analysis. If you're correct, again, I'll go through all of them. If you're correct, I will give 100 points to your current profile here. Some of you can't see that. That's annoying. All right, let me go to the end here. I will add 100 points to your profile, and you will rank up on our leaderboard. Again, top 10 viewers at the end of every week get a 1 in 10 chance winning $100. I appreciate you guys like always. Thanks again for tuning in. But Moore was the winner today. Pepe, yet again, beating out the actual prediction with another W in the bag. Man's up 3,261 in 1 month. $3,261. That's crazy. $3,261. How do you say that? Do you say 3,261? Is that even a thing? I feel like you say 3,200 or you say 3,261. Who cares? All right. Either way, Pepe's killing it. We'll see where it ends up. We'll see where it ends up in a few months, man. That'd be nuts if he hits like 10, 12K profit for some crazy reason. Nonetheless, guys, let's go Pepe. And if you haven't already, make sure you are following our Twitter. I promise you, this is the only Twitter you need to follow. We'll keep you updated with everything you need to know in every single market on the Twitter, and with everything going on with the German government and the amount payouts and all of that. Right? But besides that, guys, if you're not following our Twitter, make sure you also, or if you are following our Twitter, make sure you also join the Discord. Again, it's absolutely free, and you can learn more information on there as well about the live streams, about the indicators, everything we've gone over. We post when we post our new free indicators. Like we just added a pivot profile. Let's go check that out as well. That was last week. And then, yeah, we also have a chat strictly for our YouTube live stream as well. That is under Hangout. Just click the Threads tab, click Lux Saga Live on YouTube. And a lot of our Huddle Gang members are chatting in there as well. Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang. Where are we at? Here we go. Give me it. Give me it. Boom. All right. Now, yeah, if you haven't already, go check that out and follow Twitter. And come back tomorrow for our next Bitcoin predictions. Again, let me end it like this. First off, let's get a little smoky up in here. Hold on. Let's get a little smoky up in here. Get the laser on. Get the laser on. Get the lights off. Now, lastly, remember, my newborn baby was literally due on Saturday. My baby was due on Saturday. Now, that being said, any day now we'll be going. On Thursday, if we don't have the baby, we'll be planning an induction date. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Once the baby's here, again, we will only be streaming twice a week after the first week. So the first week, we probably won't stream at all, right? After that, I'll keep you updated on the amount of time that we stream, okay? I'll give you an update within the Discord on how we're going to be doing the streaming schedule, and that, you know, will change depending on how everything's going. So I'll keep you updated nonetheless, guys. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. And, man, come on, Bitcoin with a bounce back. Please give me a lovely bounce back on Bitcoin this week. Last time, really quickly for you. We need to see the weekly close over the 56K level, 56 level, okay? This week, today, if we could close over 56, it would be great too. But hopefully the weekly wouldn't close over that. Otherwise, you know, we might see us 55 or lower. Now, if we can, let's make a rally back to 60K. If we can get a rally back to 60K, then we'll talk about rejecting these lows on the Bitcoin daily. That's the biggest thing I'm watching as well this week. Either way, it's time for that rebound. Let's get it. Lovely retracement. Remember, on the weekly, last time on the weekly, Fibonacci retracement right here. Boom. Right up to here. Boom. Notice, weekly candle, 50% retracement, right? 50% retracement and imbalance, right? Lined up beautifully at 56,187. If we can hold that price on the weekly, we're ready. We're ready, okay? Come back tomorrow, yet again, unless I have the baby, but come back tomorrow. We'll be going over the charts again and all the news. Have a great rest of your day. Hold on. Let me turn it down just a bit. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, 10 a.m. tomorrow, we have the Fed chairman, Mr. Jerome himself, the king, the legend, the guy who moves all markets, 10 a.m. Eastern. Be ready for him speaking, okay? Be ready for him speaking. Could move some good volatility throughout all the markets. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. For the most part, maybe. Again, watch back the stream, but if you want to see the levels, if you missed it, it will be on YouTube. The entire stream's on YouTube. You can go back and watch our gold analysis, everything. We've pretty much gone over it all. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.